Could you win the Brazilian Grand Prix with broken ERS? Well, to find out, I've jumped on F1 2019 and I'm using the Interlagos circuit, and I've actually turned off my ERS, I'm not going to lie. But I thought it was interesting nonetheless. What if your ERS broke literally on the start or something and then you had to do the whole race with no ERS? It's a sort of track with a very long sort of in-section, midfield section, so I thought maybe it might be possible. But we'll find out through the course of this video. Now, this is my qualifying lap. As you see, I'm in the Mercedes, which is the fastest car for this track on this particular game. It'll be interesting to see if they can replicate that in real life. And just doing a qualifying lap here, and this is using my ERS. So this is, a normal qualifying effectively. So what I'm simulating is if qualifying went perfectly normal, I got my grid spot, and then, as I said, on the start line, literally on the grid just before the race, the ERS broke and it didn't ever come back through the whole race. Now, obviously this has happened in the past, not quite that early, but like Daniel Ricciardo, I believe it was, in Monaco a couple of years ago, his ERS broke and he managed to actually hold on to the win. But that's Monaco, that's a track with barely anything that can be called a straight, whereas this track has got this long straight here. So from here we're full throttle all the way down to the first turn, so this is a long way to go without any ERS whatsoever. So I'm interested to see if we can hold off the cars behind us, and we will of course get DRS. And here we go, coming to the line then, we do manage to take pole position, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be on pole position and see if we could hold on to it, see if we can take the win with no ERS whatsoever. You can see that very close. I purposely set the AI to be pretty much exactly my speed, so this sort of simulates real life, doesn't it really, that Hamilton would maybe just beat Bottas and then the rest of the cars would just sort of be in speed order, although Charles Leclerc's had a bit of a shocker there, but we'll skim over that. Here we go then, on the grid for this race, and as I said, I'm going to switch off my ERS straight away, so there will be absolutely no deployment throughout this entire race. From the minute the lights go out to the very end, we'll get absolutely no ERS. Now, obviously, I'm not going to simulate things like if the ERS breaks, it could affect your braking because it might not be recovering so much and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to simulate that. But here we go in a way. I'm trying to squeeze Valtteri Bottas straight away, but he managed to get upper inside immediately. I don't know if that was my reaction time. What, we're going on the outside. We need to get back past him straight away. We could be losing this. Very aggressive on him there, and he was very kind to us backing out there. I don't think that would happen in real life, but that was a bit of a risky one there. I somehow managed to lose it almost immediately. I don't know if that was because of my ERS or because I had a bad reaction time or what, but sticking to the inside now, he didn't manage to get me down that last straight, so that's a good sign. Hopefully, yes, they're going to be side by side, so I will be able to get up this hill, I suspect, yes, and hopefully Verstappen will get Bottas, because Verstappen is not as quick in a straight line as Valtteri Bottas is, but I think Bottas has managed to hold on to that, unfortunately. So now is the part where our race will be won and lost, the midfield section. We need to be perfect in the midfield section every single lap for this 5-lap race, which we've immediately failed to do. But this is where the race can be won and lost, isn't it? We need to be really quick, ideally quicker than the cars behind in the midfield section, and then we need to be able to pull away, or not pull away, we need to be able to not get overtaken down this long straight. And ideally we pull away, but I think that's not realistic. I think we're probably going to lose upwards of probably best part of a second a lap, I imagine. And obviously this is just using the F1 2019 game. I don't know exactly how realistic the ERS deployment is in F1 2019, but it is in the game and it does deploy, and as far as I'm aware, it's fairly realistic. The actual deployment of the ERS in terms of when it deploys isn't perfectly realistic, but in terms of the power it provides and the amount you get per lap, and then as far as I'm aware, the amount you can regenerate, I think all that's fairly realistic. So you see in the bottom right there, we've got ERS deployment on 0. We have got a fuel mix on rich, so we're going to be using that on every single straight game, letting the internal combustion engine give us every single brake horsepower that it's got, because we are going to need it. And we've got Valtteri Bottas very close to us here. Look at him, look, using his ERS. He's going to go straight on the outside of us. He's well alongside us, but no, we've got the inside line. Luckily, he only managed to get wheel to wheel. He's still there, but we're going to squeeze him out. We won't be having any of that. Thank you very much, Valtteri Bottas. And, of course, the other part is that the team might give you access to an even more powerful mode. So in this game, in the race, you get lean, standard, and rich fuel. And in qualifying, you get like a max mode, which is even more power. So realistically, the cars wouldn't be able to handle qualifying mode for a whole race, but maybe they could for certain straights, or maybe they could just give you a little bit more power without it being full qualifying mode. I don't know, but in this game at least, all we've got is rich. So that's what we're using. We've got Valtteri Bottas now for the first time. Isn't being battled by Max Verstappen. He's been very close to us. No DRS yet, though. We'll get on the next lap, but actually, he's not gaining that much on us, is he? Which is a huge surprise to me. Maybe he's not deploying all of his ERS yet. Maybe, of course, the AI aren't aware that my ERS is broken. So maybe he's not deploying fully. Maybe he was being a bit conservative with his ERS there, recharging his battery ready for an attack later on. The AI do change between their ERS deployment mode, so maybe that wasn't a full deployment. And actually, he's been overtaken by Max Verstappen there, which would be great news for us if he can stay ahead, because Verstappen shouldn't be quicker than us in a straight line. Are they still side by side? They're still side by side. They're having a great battle. And unfortunately, the power of Valtteri Bottas, the thing I want to avoid, has managed him to pull back ahead of Max Verstappen. So, but again, there's a bit of a gap now. This is the first lap with DRS. Can we stay a second away from Valtteri Bottas and stop him getting DRS? That will help us no end. I can pretty much guarantee you won't be able to stay a second away for the whole race, because he will gain probably best part of a second down that pit straight alone. But of course, yeah, if we can just avoid him getting DRS, he's quite far back. What is the gap? It is 6 tenths, nowhere near. Unfortunately, we are not able to get it then, and he is going to be gaining on us here as well. There's a DRS detection point, so he's going to get some DRS, but we have got a bit of a gap. 6 tenths is quite a bit, and in this game I should say as well, the dirty air effect isn't as strong as it is in real life. In fact, it's quite a bit weaker, so actually that is going against us in this particular game, in this particular simulation of this scenario, because in real life there would be much more dirty air in the midfield section, much more dirty air in these first couple of turns. However, slipstream, I don't know. I would think about this, and I can't figure out whether slipstream is too powerful or too weak in this game. I think it's sort of more or less right, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure some of you guys at League Race will be all over me in the comments saying, no, you're wrong, it's this, it's that. So please do let me know if you do know. But I believe it is somewhere around right. It's certainly not anywhere near as far off as the dirty air effect. I get a lot of oversteer on the exit there, because I'm just really pushing. These infield sections are so important. I'm actually going to rich fuel for the infield section now, which I wasn't doing previously, because I think I've got enough fuel to get me to the end. And of course the other part is engine heat. I don't know if the internal combustion engine might overheat slightly if you're running it in such a powerful mode for such a long amount of time. I don't know if it would maybe start to overheat, but Valtteri Bottas is now a hell of a lot closer. He is best part of 2 tenths closer to us now. We actually had a purple middle sector, fastest of anyone. That just shows that my theory is right, that the middle section doesn't use much ERS, but Valtteri Bottas is going to get some slipstream and some DRS, and he's got ERS. He's going to be very, very close to us. We're going to squeeze him to the outside, but he's actually all the way past us. We'll have to dive back up to the inside, I think. See if we can outbrake him. Oh, a bit of contact there. And we unfortunately get a lot of oversteer. And, well, I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments whether you think that move was a little bit over the limit, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. We've got Valtteri Bottas back on the attack now. He has got DRS once again. We're going to stick right to the inside, but this straight is a bit shorter. Is that going to stay ahead? Yes, it is. He only managed to get wheel to wheel. He actually made a bit of contact with us there. We managed to stay ahead. He's still all over us, though. We're going to make sure we go to the inside for the next turn, because he's almost certainly alongside us. Is he? No, he's not. No, he isn't. I wonder if that was him backing out of it, or maybe he's stopped pouring his ERS. He's just had a big attack. He's now recharging his batteries, ready for one final attack for the run to the line. This is the final lap of the race. And as I said, let me know what you thought in the comments about that particular move. I think it wasn't that outrageous. Obviously, there was some contact, but also the AI don't tend to give you much room. So I think in real life, we have seen moves perform from that far back. And as long as you get alongside wheel to wheel before the apex, which I think I just about did, normally the car realises and gives you room, but the AI just don't do that. But anyway, on to this race then. This is the last run to the line. He's 5 tenths back, a little bit more than he was last time. Will that allow us to get him for the line? We didn't get the perfect exit though, and he is very close to us. I think we might have lost this already. We're going to do our best though. Is he going to do it? I think he might do it. Let's squeeze to the outside. No. He has taken it from us at the line, would you believe? P2 in the end. After us being P1 for effectively the whole race, and actually our fastest lap was only half a second slower than his, but of course we were slowing him down quite considerably. So I reckon it probably was best part of a second a lap, and I can't be helped but be disappointed with that. As much as the odds were very much against us, we held on to that for so long, and there was just 400ths between us at the end. I'll take it. The odds were very much stacked against us. I will take it, but that is bitterly disappointing, and just as evidence that we weren't going as quick as we could. Look, the gap to the cars behind the midfield just didn't fall away from us at all, because we were holding the whole field up. Well, there we go. I hope that video was quite interesting for you guys. It was actually really interesting for me, and it was actually a really fun race. If you've got the game, I do suggest you try it on a circuit that hasn't got the straights that are too long, because it was good fun. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.